Cleveland's been my home forever, and I love this city. And I'm from the east side, live on the west side now, and I've been here my entire life. So today we want to give you some pros and cons of what it's like to actually live in Cleveland. And for today, I'm going to do it with my partner in real estate and actually one of my longtime best friends, David Preseren.
What's up, buddy?
David.
How you doing?
David. So David
Hey,
Preseren also sells real estate with me. David went to Cleveland State. He's been in Cleveland his entire life. And so today we want to just show you the pros and cons of what it's like to actually live in the city.
Love Cleveland. Here we go.
Great, let's do it. So obviously there's more pros than cons when you're living in Cleveland, but we want to give you the biggest con first, right?
Yeah.
So the biggest con when you're living in Cleveland is
snow.
It's the snow. It's the winter
man.
time. The snow can be difficult. However,
one of the greatest things about Cleveland is extremely resilient. There's tons of activities to do in Cleveland. You got toboggan shoots, you got Alpine Valley, you got Brandywine, you have all these amazing like snow places.
right, so once the snow is here, there's actually activities that we can do in the snow.
time.
And I would say to combat the snow, we have the 3 other seasons. We have spring, we have fall, and we have summer, which we'll get into more later, but actually are awesome seasons. Just those few months of snow are kind of rough.
Happens.
So along with the snow comes the next con, which is road construction. Comes from the snow, the salt, the snow plows, and all that stuff. So you can see behind us, in the summertime, it comes road construction.
I almost got a flat tire just walking.
So Cleveland, another con, has somewhat been its reputation. It's been known to be called the mistake on the lake.
Yeah, ouch. Oh, it's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. So New York has historically been known as the Big Apple. Cleveland's been known as the Plum.
The Plum.
Right, so I think right now Cleveland, you know, in the past 10 years or so is actually going through a metamorphosis.
Yeah,
if
huge.
you will. I can remember when I first got into real estate in 2009, 2010, my office was in downtown Cleveland. And every other retail store was vacant. Now, if you look around Cleveland, there's buildings booming. There's new construction going on. There's
everywhere.
People out. Yeah, there's more and more.
Yeah.
And so to wrap up the cons, and this one we actually disagree with, is a lot of people would say Cleveland sports is a con. However, we think it's a massive pro to have 3 major professional sports teams in Cleveland. We have
the Browns. You got the Tribe/Guardians. And then you also have the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, the 2016 championship's been the most recent for them.
LeBron James, we have Baker Mayfield. For us, going to a sporting event is actually a big event. It's a big to-do, something that we've done socially with our friends forever.
For years.
And so what I love is when we have a guest coming to Cleveland or we have someone looking to buy a house in Cleveland, one of my favorite things to do is when they actually go to one of the sporting events and they actually go, wow, I can't believe Cleveland has something like this.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, if you think about it, you get all of these people together at the Muni Lot. Then you go and celebrate your team. You know, before Indians game, you used to go up to Panini's to get a panini or something, or hit the Cleveland or have a couple drinks, then go to the game. Like you don't see that more often than a lot of places, and that's what binds us together. I love that.
It's different than most cities. So we've gone through the cons of what it's like to live in the city. So now let's get to the fun part, the pros of living in the city. And to me, one of the biggest one and one of the most obvious ones is Lake Erie. This giant, beautiful water that's right north of our city, Cleveland.
Unbelievable.
So what are a couple of pros of having water and growing up by water and living on water?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, is how many places do you know that are frozen during the winter, but then you have all this opportunity during the summer? Boating, paddleboarding, beaches. You can go on the river and have a great beer at Collision Bend.
Jet skiing,
Listen
fishing,
to live music at Shooters. Unbelievable. And if you wanted to get out of the city a little bit more, you can go to Catawba Island. You can go to Put-in-Bay. Cedar Point's right down the road.
Love it. Yeah, and so for me, there's nothing better than living and knowing the water's there. Sometimes just knowing the water's there. I actually moved across town in Cleveland to live closer to more of a water type of community in Rocky River, which we'll talk about a whole nother day. And so for me, having the water there, it makes you feel good, and seeing the water every day when you drive, there's something about that really hits home to me and makes me feel good.
Yeah, renewing some energy, it's great.
Exactly. All right, so the next pro on the list is cost of living.
Unbelievable in Cleveland.
Yeah, so cost of living. So one of my favorite things is when we have clients come in and out of town and they want to move to Cleveland, is they're actually surprised at how much house they can afford coming to Cleveland compared to Chicago or New York or any other really big city.
Right. Thousands of dollars a square foot in other cities when we're getting into hundreds of dollars a square foot in Cleveland. What's super interesting because of COVID, the great migration, as we all call it, right? Where people were able to work from home and then decided, you know what, I want to move to Cleveland. It's extremely affordable. There's a ton of things to do, and we're so close to the lake, so on and so forth. So you can't beat that.
And so with those lower costs, actually of Cleveland, we're seeing more people come to Cleveland, which is building revitalization. I think it shocks people when they see how much building and new construction is actually going on in the city.
I mean, it's great for the city. You can't ask for a better place to live.
So the next pro on the list is going to be our food.
Unbelievable.
One of my favorite things about Cleveland.
Hungry just talking about it.
Exactly. So one of my favorite things to do on a Friday night is to go try different restaurants. We actually have a group of friends that we go explore the city in different restaurants to see what we like and don't like.
Great city.
You know, we have everything from the West Side Market to Little Italy, so many ethnic types of different foods. We have famous chefs like Chef Simon.
Yeah,
if you know him, he has a few restaurants around town here. So with that, what would you say we're known for?
Man, I mean, we are such a melting pot of so many diverse cultures and ethnicities that I love the, Great Lakes has an amazing po' boy. Big old sandwich, extremely filling, or you can come in and get a great pierogi. It's unbelievable how many different types of food that we offer, and they're all fantastic.
Pizza, pasta, burgers, I mean, you name it. Barbecue actually for Cleveland's pretty solid.
Great barbecue, yes. You go down to East 4th and you can hit up a couple of different places and you're gonna have something different in each place, which is amazing.
Love it.
How awesome is that?
I love food.
I love food.
So our last pro of living in Cleveland is things to do.
So much.
One of my favorite things in Cleveland is that there's actually so much to do that whatever time of year it is, whatever day of the week it is, there's always something to do. I mean, we have obviously the sports teams, which we've talked about.
Progressive Field, Brown Stadium,
exactly.
Rocket Mortgage House Field.
Great neighborhoods. What are good neighborhoods in Cleveland?
Oh my gosh, you got Ohio City, Tremont, you've got Duck Island, Gordon Square, Hingetown, unbelievable, coffee shops, things throughout there.
Right. Museums, Natural History Museum, the Art Museum, the Mocha Museum, we have the aquarium.
Yep. Playhouse Square, where you can catch a theater show, things of that nature.
Right, which is a unique thing, and so I love it. And so there's so much to do, again, on top of all the other pros and everything we have, so much activity and vibrance in the city that it's something that we've grown to really love and be passionate about. And so we're actually gonna dedicate these videos and this channel to all of these things that are to do in Cleveland. There's so much, and we want to explore it with you and show you what it's actually like to live in Cleveland. And obviously, if you're looking to buy or sell real estate in Cleveland, we want to be a real estate professional of choice. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and catch us next time.
Later, guys. Thank you.
See you later.